We'll just keep it going now. Good boy, Max.
Hopefully, this can be done single-handed.
Yeah.
This boat is brand new, out of the box, right, which I've rigged, and this will be the first time I put the mast up. So let's see what happens. So you need 2 spanners for the boat, 9/16.
Okay.
9/16. Now I have engineers turn around to me and say 9/16 is the same as 14mm and 7/16 is 11mm, and it's like, look,
No,
it's an imperial boat,
9/16.
9/16. Let's use the right spanner for the job.
Absolutely.
There's no spanners provided with it, but you're going to get yourself a little plastic toolbox. Don't get a metal one because it will leave rusty marks all over your boat. A little plastic toolbox. It's going to have your spare rudder bolt in it. Okay? It's going to have your spare rudder bolt, and it's going to have a blue messenger line. Look, messenger line's on here as well. I'll show you how that works.
Okay.
Right, and it's dead simple. Now, it can be done single-handed. I'm going to show you how to do it. This is your mast racing system, so we're using your mast racing system, so when we finish the job, this goes in your boat. But it's to prove your system works. Right. Happy? So I'm going to ask somebody to pass that up to me in a minute. Okay, so the first thing we do is get aboard the boat. The way your boat is made up is ready to trail. So you've got to go around with your sharp knife or a pair of snips and cut all the little cable ties or zip wraps or tie wraps, because I don't use lots of little bits of string. All the little tie wraps. So wherever there's a tie wrap on your boat, you cut them off and dispose of them.
Okay.
And next time you'll use new ones. So we'll assume now that we've arrived at the slipway and it's all attached to the car and we're going to go sailing. So we need to cut all the ties, which we've done, and we now need to put the mast up. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So just watch and inwardly digest. You can use the ladder that's provided on the front of the trailer. Okay. Now, because I'm doing this single-handed, I'm going to use a piece of line to hold my furled system. That's this bit here. It's all simple. Leave that there. We make sure our sliding hatch is fully closed and we take out one bolt. It's 9/16. We take out this one bolt. And you don't need a torque wrench or anything. Put the spanners in your pocket. Okay. We're going to put the mast up. So we take out the securing bolt, raise the mast, and we walk the mast backwards. It's in a roller, so we walk it backwards. Don't worry about a thing, everything's fine. Now then, what I do need you to appreciate is the spreaders, or the cross trees, as we speak, are underneath the lifeline. You don't have to take them off. If I push it across one way, across the other, they're now out from underneath the lifeline. I continue to walk the mast backwards. Have a look around. Sneak up. Take that out. Come on. Continue to walk it backwards. Now then, remember it's not heavy. It's dead easy. It's not heavy. And it's at this point that you put your topping lift and your main halyard on the mast. Simon will demonstrate. You don't need to get a great big ladder. If I raise this up high, even a child could thread the 2 pieces of line onto the top of the mast. All right? That simple. Jerry, looking confused there?
No.
We good?
Once I've had it there, any time off.
Now then, thread them through the blocks and back to me. Right? From that height. You don't need a ladder. Okay?
Okay.
You can walk all over the top of your boat. The same bolt that you took out that secured the mast for the road is going to be the hinge bolt for securing the mast for raising. Push the mast down into its slot and put the bolt through the hole. It's through. You then get your spanners and tighten up that nut until the nylock bites. You don't have to squeeze it in really tight, just until the stiff nut starts to get stiff.
Okay.
And that's all you need. You will not benefit, you will not increase the performance by doing it up solid.
Right.
You just need to tighten it up so it doesn't shake loose. Okay. So, we've undone the bolt at the front, we've walked the mast back, we've swung it slightly left and right, or from port or to starboard, to clear the spreaders which were underneath the lifelines. Continue back. Raise this end of the mast high so the top of the mast goes low and attach the main halyard and the topping lift. Easy. Put the bolt in and secure the nut. Now I need the mast raising system. So if somebody could pass me that pole. Now this is your mast raising system, so we're going to prove that it works. Thank you. Now then, this system is a piece of cake. Mind your paintwork on your boat. I always rest it on my foot. Go gently, don't go slamming around, dinging things. And it goes to the other set of holes on the tabernacle with the winch facing up. The winch facing up. Again, put the bolt through the hole. Put the bolt through the hole, and it only needs to be finger tight because this is only going to be used for raising the mast. Again, it's all finger tight, this stuff. Dead simple. You alright? No dancing, there's no music. Okay.
My filming skills are not really up to it.
Now, there's a static line. See, that cup's going to get broken.
No, I'll be fine.
The static line. The static line goes from the underside of the pole. It's static in so much that it's not going to move. It's a fixed length. And it shares the load between both front cleats. And that will give us an A. Okay? We now need to attach the other line to the mast. So we're going to unwind it. We just keep unwinding. Keep unwinding. And if you're at the slipway, you're hopefully, and it's tidal, we're waiting for the tide to come in. Don't do it when the tide's going away. You want it on a flooding tide so that when you're ready, the water's as high as it can be ready for your launch. Alright? Unwind it. Just like that. And then you'll see, these two wires are called mini stays. They're only short and they're going to be used to stop the rig from falling from side to side. So now we're going to attach the shackle to the mast. There's a hole in the mast here, somewhere.
Yeah, just where your finger was.
There's my finger.
Yeah.
This is where the boys say, can't find the old one. Again, finger tight. And then sort out the two mini stays. And one will go to port and one will go to starboard. You can film them all. And these attach to the bottom of the stanchion. There's two little eyes. Right? I'll come to you in a minute. You can just stay there. Use my bottom. These are attached. If you may want to come to the front here, maybe if you can see. There's a little eyelet on the bottom of the stanchion.
Oh yeah.
Right? You attach that to there. And they only need to be finger tight. Job done.
Yeah.
Okay? You can walk on the windows, but if they're wet, you may slip over. So don't walk on them. They will withstand your weight and my weight. Okay, if I now wind the winch, if I continue to wind, the mast will go up. So we make sure there's no power cables, all clear, ready to go. And you just gently wind it. When it's going click, 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 it's going to come up. And when it's not going click, 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 it's going down. The paperwork I showed you on the table in your boat about winches. One is about the winch on the front of the trailer. The other is a braked winch. That's this one. Pardon me. You can wind. You can wind and wind and wind and stop. Go and have a cigarette, have a coffee, have a pint. It's got a braked winch on it, so you could come back and it'll still be in the same position.
All right.
Do the local hunters, will we?
Wind the lefties up.
Hey,
So wind the lefties up.
Just shoot 'em.
Okay, now, the mini stay, this mini stay is tighter than that one. This one's loose. This one's tight. The reason being, the mast is being influenced to starboard because of the furling system.
Yeah.
If the furling system was on that side, it would probably be leaning the other way. Worry not. We continue to wind nice and gently. Now I don't want you to go at this like a bull in a china shop. Girls and boys, nice and gently. Just because it's easy doesn't mean you have to whiz like a blinking man possessed. So nice and gently. You're watching all the time for things getting snarled. Anything getting snagged or snarled? No? And remember, I'm doing it all myself. It's not rocket science. And this is the first time this rig's been up. Just looking around all the time, making sure something's not getting snagged. Dead easy. Right, I'm going to get to there because I've got a snag. Right, we've got a snarly bit here. If you look at this, we've got a wire that's twisted, so Simon will show you.
That's why we do it gently.
Right, see how something's caught?
Ah, yeah.
Right, so I'm going to let it down a little bit
Give it a slag.
until we sort it.
There we are.
Happy? See, if I'd have left that, what would happen? The mast would be pulled across and you put a kink in the wire. It's not the end of the world, but because this isn't a race, we'll do it nice and gently. Okay. So we could see there was a little bit of a snag.
All right now. I thought we were playing the road.
Put a bit of weight on that. Okay. So, have I got a tall building?
Just.
So that is the mast up, right? And that wasn't difficult at all. And if then somebody says, oh, you didn't put that little blinking Windex on the top of the mast. It's not the end of the world. Hey, be chilled. I know it's hard for us men, be in front of the girls. Be chilled. Oh, I just want to check something. You could just as easily bring it back down again, right? You could bring it all the way down and redo it. You don't need a crane, you don't need a helicopter or anything. All right? Okay. Now then, this is my bit that helped me be single-handed. If I've got crew to help, girls, boys, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, I could ask them to hold on for this, couldn't I? Could ask them to hold on. Well, done away with that one. Remember what I said about the blue and the white one? The blue one is just the messenger line. And if you do this at the slipway, drop anything, then it only goes onto the slipway, not into the water. Now this pin, right, this, if we said that was a letterbox or the mouth, it's got to be pointing backwards, ready for your furling line to go in. All right? It can go into either hole. Hang on a minute, you can take a pic of this in a second.
Around this side.
Now, this is tight and it's meant to be tight. Basically, you're going to put this pin through this hole, through the chain plate. Right, now if it doesn't reach, if I tighten up on the mast raising system, it'll pull the mast a little bit further forward. But if I'm really strong, okay, that's the pin in. Then we have to put the little ring on. Just like that. That stops it coming out.
Okay.
And it'll stay there. Now that's the rig up. Right? That's the mast up. Job done. Okay, it was that simple. Now, I'm not going to, but we could take the mast raising system off now. I could relax it. I could take off this, take off my static line, take off my 2 mini stays, and put the mast raising kit either in the boat or back in the car. We've now got a mast which is raised. We've got lowers which are tight, uppers which are tight, and we've got a swivelling mast. Right? That is where we are with your boat. Your boat has had its mast up. The mast raising system's been taken off. The lowers are set tight. Excuse me, the lowers are set tight and the uppers are set tight. Job done. Okay.
When it comes to the vertical, does it just sort of click into place? Is that it? You know, there's
It
another.
can't go right.
Yeah.
There's no backstay. It can't go forward
Yeah.
because of the uppers. If you look how far back they are,
Yeah.
the mast is fighting between the lowers and the uppers.
Okay.
It can't go forward and it can't go back.
Uh-huh.
No backstay. You can't go over centre.